Today, the federal government borrows 20% of every dollar. We're sitting at debt levels we haven't seen since World War II. Every year for the last 6 years, every category of federal spending went up, regardless of who was in office. We need to get this under control. Our children deserve it. Abortion's a tough issue. It's a personal one. I believe it belongs between you, your conscience, and God. I don't believe the federal government has any business in it. Jesus Christ did not enjoin or use secular authority to enforce His word, and neither do I. I'm actually the only candidate on the ballot this year with a track record on the environment, an actual track record. Libertarians don't wait for government. I founded a company to fight climate change. I founded 4 more, from solar to smart grid. But I also worked in the energy sector, so I understand how to do this without hammering jobs. And I run a company today called greenhome.com, the original pioneer in green business. I'm actually the only candidate on the ballot who is trained as an economist. But that's not all. I've founded 7 tech startups. I know how to create jobs. I've done it over and over my entire career. Our economy is going strong today, but it's not because of the federal government. It's in spite of. We need to get government out of the business of stepping on business. Have you ever wondered why your healthcare is tied to your job? I did. It's because of a bad 1940s corporate tax giveaway. That's why we're debating today between an almost indefensible healthcare funding model that's broken and single payer, literally one of the worst ideas of the last 50 years. We've got a better one. It's called the Million Payer Plan. And we're about to unwind that corporate tax deal and rewrite healthcare finance the right way. Our founding fathers were more worried about standing armies than they were crime, for good reason. Today, we're worried about mass shootings and talking about eroding the Second Amendment. But I'm going to ask you 2 questions. 1, do you really want to live in a world where only the police and the military have guns? And 2, what's going to happen when we pass laws, erode the Second Amendment, and find it hasn't fixed school shootings and we have to do the hard work of coming together as a community and solving the problem? On the order of half of the load on our criminal justice system today is from drug laws, traffic laws, and immigration laws. All 3 are laws that deserve a complete rethink and a complete rewrite. Let's get crime solved the right way, not by band-aids with higher incarceration rates at the end, but by dealing with the problems up front in the beginning. Over 5 decades ago, Texan Lyndon Johnson declared war on poverty. But our challenge today is the war is not won, in large part because our federal government codifies and institutionalizes income inequality in our society. That's not the way the world's supposed to work. Libertarians believe in strong national defense. We also believe in not intervening in foreign affairs. And we believe that power is best served when it never has to be used. And we believe that when you put your soldiers in harm's way, you take care of them when they come home. Libertarians believe that taxes, like government, should be small, in moderation, modest, and more local than federal. Only do at the federal level what you cannot get done at the state and local, and what the Constitution has given the federal government the right to do. Money should not drive politics. Politicians should not be funded by corporations. Campaign finance reform matters. 1 out of 4 Texas seats does not have a choice in it at all. Libertarians believe this is not the way the world's supposed to work, and we're going to fix that together with you. Decades after the Civil Rights Law was passed, decades after the Libertarian Party was founded, we still believe in one simple principle. All Americans should be equal before the law, regardless of race, gender, color, creed, or belief. I don't think most Americans today can even tell you what our foreign policy is. I don't think most employees of the federal government could do so. It's time for a rethink, and let's build it on 2 simple principles. Number 1, strong on defense. Number 2, plays well with others, just like you would have on the kindergarten playground. I'm actually the only candidate in this race that knows anything at all about energy. Unlike Beto O'Rourke, I don't intend to smash our Texas economy with a $10 per barrel oil tax. Unlike Ted Cruz, I don't deny climate change. I've worked in the oil patch, and I've worked in clean tech, founded companies to fight climate change, and in solar, and then worked in businesses building our Permian Basin and our Texas oil fields. I'm Neal Dikeman, running for U.S. Senate. Our immigration policy today does not work. It doesn't work for the right, it doesn't work for the left, it doesn't work for immigrants, and it doesn't work for our economy. We need to get comprehensive immigration reform done. We've known this for 2 decades, and our main political parties have been unwilling to put the capital in to get it finished. I will. Our social security system is functionally bankrupt. And this is not a good thing, because this is money that we owe to generations who have paid in. The fact that the government gave them a really bad return on their investment doesn't mean we can't take care of them. However, going forward, we've got to get this fundamentally fixed. No more kicking the can down the road. Libertarians believe in infrastructure. Everyone in America believes in infrastructure. We just don't believe in using eminent domain to take from one private entity to give to another. That's all. The war on terror has defined a generation in America. But after 17 years of the same policies, don't you think we should either revisit the strategy or admit that our execution is fundamentally flawed and we need a new approach? My values are simple. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, Clara and Gwen, and I invest my time in my church, my family, and in the future for them. That's it.